this potential move to Manchester United. I mean, it's looking like a deal at around the £60 million mark. Last year, it would have been a £100 million mark. So is this deal, from a Manchester United perspective, potentially really good value and a good bit of business?
I think it's very good. It's well advertised that a lot of experts have been saying that his game fits Manchester United. It complements a lot of the players that he could find himself playing with. It's a piece of the puzzle that Michael Carrick has been missing, that really athletic midfield player. But I think it's important. We talk about Minte, we talk about Baleba. How is their temperament? Sir Alex Ferguson always used to say about bringing players in. Do they have the temperament to play at that level, to handle the scrutiny, to handle the pressure that comes with it? But I think it's a target that, like you said, that United have been after for a while. So it's a good addition if it finally happens.
I mean, you've played for Manchester United. I mean, how do you handle that pressure? And what is it like to operate in that club which has so much scrutiny?
Yeah, well, I think it's actually worse for young players who come in. Because coming through the system, you're kind of accustomed to that. You're kind of brought up with that. And you get it at every level, and it gradually builds as you make your way into the first team. But somebody coming in from outside, I think it can be a little bit problematic. But there are experienced pros at the club who are going to be able to put their arm around these kind of players and show them the way.
OK, right, we're going to be live. Turn our attention back to Manchester United, one of your former clubs now. Head coach Michael Carrick has said that he's been impressed with Marcus Rashford since his return to Old Trafford. And we were actually talking in the break that, it could be the change that Rashford needs to get back to his very best. I mean, what can you see him being back at Old Trafford being like for him? And how hard is it when you've been out on loan to return to your parent club when perhaps you kind of wanted to stay where you were?
Yeah, I don't think anybody, at least Marcus Rashford, expected to go back to Manchester United. It's well documented that he's on an awful lot of money, and that maybe restricted his transfer. But it's his boyhood club. He knows it inside out. We were talking about, academy graduates. He is obviously one of those from Manchester United. He'll feel very comfortable going back. And like we were discussing, I think Michael Carrick will get the best out of him. He's a familiar face. They played together. So I think it's a really good addition for Manchester United in that front line. And Carrick was talking about him playing centrally as well, which is an area that United have been not weak, but they need reinforcement, certainly.
Rashford has asked as well for the increased media pressure that he does face, really, to go away. Can it be avoided, given sort of who he is, what he's done in the past, and the club he's at? We'll try, Marcus, we'll try.
No, it can't. He knows that better than anybody. He knows that the spotlight is going to be on him. Everybody is going to be watching and listening to the crowd, how he reacts. A lot has been said about his body language at games that hasn't been the best, or it wasn't the best prior to him leaving. I think the onus will be on him now to demonstrate that he wants to be there, he wants to work hard, he wants to be part of the squad and the club, and give his utmost for the team.
Do you think that criticism of his body language is fair or unfair? Because how someone interprets one person's body language can be quite different, and it can be so unintentional for someone when you're under that level of scrutiny and all those cameras on you. You might not realise how that's coming across. Is it a fair criticism?
I think so. I think you speak to coaches. Coaches are very conscious of body language. It's we communicate an awful lot through kind of non-verbal signals, and body language is absolutely huge. I think what fans want to see is effort. They really want to see that work rate. They really want to see him pressing. He's undoubtedly a super player on the ball. He's very creative. He can beat a man. He's aging a little bit now, 28. So people will be discussing, does he have the same pace that he used to have? But like we said, I think it's going to be an exciting time to watch him kind of redevelop his form at United.
We're looking forward to seeing how that unfolds. And we've actually got some...
Has he expressed any desire to stay at United beyond the deadline? And just a second, if you don't mind, do you see him as an option through the middle as well as playing on the left?
It's been pretty obvious since Marcus came back training with Cobby and Leach pretty much in Dublin that he's come back fantastically well. He's enjoying his football. He looks fit. He looks sharp. He looks strong. He looks ready to play football. So I've been delighted with him since he's came back. Of course he can play through the middle. He has done. I wouldn't say it's necessarily his number one position, but he can do that. And I think we've got forwards that give us that flexibility right across the front line that we've used all of them pretty much in slightly different roles. So I think for us to have that option is really good moving through the season, obviously.
Just on the transfer window, the club being heavily linked with Carlos Baleba, but I just wonder how busy do you expect the club to be between now and the deadline, and do you still see left back with Luke Shaw as essentially the only first team left back in the squad an area you'd like to strengthen?
I just think we're looking to strengthen the squad. We're certainly working towards that and making the most of the situation that we have and trying to improve things and trying to move forward. You know, I said the same thing to you last time. So yeah, certainly trying to make the most of the opportunities to finish the window stronger than we went into it, and I think we're in a good way to doing that so far.
Hi Michael, it's 13 years since United last won the title. What's it going to take to get over the line? Could you do it this year?
It's going to be a jump. I mean, I said to you, whatever I say, it doesn't really matter, you know, whether I say we can or we can't. Oh, I would never say we can't, by the way. I don't believe that. But whatever I say is, it's about what we do, you know, and what we can do, what we're capable of doing, what we believe we can do as a group. I think the run of form that we had last season gives us a lot of confidence. But then we know there's a whole new step to make as a group. We're pushing to do that. You know, it's exciting. I think we've got the potential to achieve things, and we're definitely giving everything that we can. And we got to believe that we're a good team and we can do good things.
Just on the game, Hull are obviously sort of devoid of pressure. Really, United never are. But are they in a way an unknown quantity because of the number of new players?
Well, that's the beauty of the new season. You know, I think. Certainly for teams coming up in the league, and for the most part there tends to be quite a few changes within the group, in the playing group, so it's always the challenge when you're playing against them. There's that freshness, there's that buzz around the football club of coming into the Premier League and what that brings. So again, we're fully aware of that. We'll be prepared, obviously, mentally and physically. We've done a lot of work anyway, but mentally we'll be prepared. We know